If you thought the case against convicted felon Donald Trump couldn't get any worse, well, then you just have a shocking lack of faith in the con man from Queens. ProPublica, the media organization that outed the financial misdeeds of Clarence Thomas, has a bombshell report today on Donald Trump. And we are going to unpack that report in its details. But first, I have to acknowledge that, in some respects, it's difficult to believe that there could be anything left for Trump to do wrong. But as is usually the case with Trump, he accuses others of whatever it is that he is doing. And so it is with his constant harping about the Biden crime family. In a childish maneuver to get people to look away from the Trump crime organization, he throws mud at Biden. But make no mistake about it, the Trump organization is a crime organization. As 3 separate trials have clearly shown, Trump's organization is modeled after a mafia crime family organization, and Don Snorleone is at the top. This is the family guilty of funneling money in and out of their own private charity so egregiously that they are banned from running a charity in the state of New York. And this organization is so practiced in intimidation that they thought they could just keep up the practice forever until they ran into E. Jean Carroll, who successfully sued for defamation twice. More importantly, in the process of those civil cases, a judge legally declared that Trump is guilty of raping E. Jean Carroll, just like she claimed. So not only is Trump a convicted felon, he is also legally classified as a rapist. So what other crimes could Trump have possibly committed? And when could he have possibly committed them? He's been stuck in a Manhattan courthouse for the past month, struggling to stay awake and stay out of jail. He failed at the first action and hopefully will fail at the second. He is, after all, a colossal failure. And even when he's not at trial, he flies around the country making campaign stops and lying about the numbers and turnout. So when does he have the time, and what possibly could he have done? Well, it goes back to what I was saying before. Trump was really big on coining the term Biden crime family, and it's because all the while that Team Trump has been busy trying to prepare for multiple criminal cases, the Trump organization and the campaign have been trying to make the job easier on the defense. And they've been doing it the good old-fashioned mafia way. ProPublica issued an absolute grenade of a story today, detailing that 9 witnesses in the criminal cases against Trump have received significant financial payouts from his organization or his campaign. And by significant, we're not just talking deluxe lunch platters from Zabar's. By looking at public disclosures, court records, and securities filings, ProPublica discovered that witnesses within the Trump organization that were going to be called to testify received severance packages, new jobs, and a grant of shares and cash from Trump's media corporation. Now, in the state of New York, paying a witness is a felony offense under several different statutes, including bribing a witness, bribe receiving by a witness, and tampering with a witness. When you get into the facts that ProPublica has just revealed, it's evident that tampering with witnesses was the game, and it was played out on a large scale. According to ProPublica, one campaign aide had his average monthly pay double from $26,000 to $53,500. A top campaign official had her daughter hired onto the campaign staff, where she is now the 4th highest paid employee. Now, I know what you're thinking. The daughter only got hired because her mother was a mother. Her father was a mother. But yeah, 4th highest paid, that's more than a little suspicious. And it's not even the top of the list. A Trump employee got a $2 million severance package, barring him from voluntarily cooperating with law enforcement. Now, former U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuaid was quoted as saying that witness tampering cases are difficult to prove because savvy defendants don't explicitly tie strings to the benefits. It's all done with a wink and a nod. So the burden of proof here is that prosecutors would need to show that the payments were intended to influence testimony. A severance package barring someone from voluntarily cooperating with law enforcement, that is de facto trying to influence testimony. ProPublica's reporting also shows a pattern where timing itself shows the motive of influencing testimony. One Trump aide was given a plum position on the board of Trump's social media company and got that seat after he was subpoenaed, but before he testified. These cases may be difficult to prove, but there comes a point where pattern of behavior overcomes coincidence and testifies to the intent of the action. And if you want a pattern, look no further than past behavior. As ProPublica reminds us, Trump's former campaign manager and former campaign advisor were convicted on federal witness tampering charges in 2018 and 2019. And what became of them? Oh, well, by sheer coincidence, Trump pardoned both men. And do you know who Trump did not pardon? The co-defendant who cooperated with the government. In every single case that ProPublica examined, timing played a critical role. Let's just unpack one of them. According to ProPublica, Jennifer Little was a very small-time lawyer, hired to represent Trump in his Georgia election interference case. The biggest case she had until that point was defending a lieutenant governor candidate for sexual harassment. Trump also pulled her into the classified documents case, asking for her opinion on Trump's idea not to play ball with the federal authorities. Yeah, there's genius at work for you. Because she gave him legal advice, she was subpoenaed by the federal government. Now, while working on the Georgia case, Little received payments hovering around $100,000. How much you want to bet he didn't pay her? After she was subpoenaed, her payments rose to $230,000 a month, totaling $1.3 million, more than twice what she made before. Although 0 plus 0 still equals 0. And this is the pattern with every witness that ProPublica analyzed. If Trump's hush money trial proved anything, and it proved a lot, it's that payments of this magnitude do not fly under the radar of Trump himself. These payments are planned, discussed, and delivered with specific purpose, and Trump is in the loop on all of it. Anyone who has ever lived in New York knows that Donald Trump is a fraud, has always been a fraud, and can't help but commit more fraud. What do you call those Bible sales? But now, Trump is clearly expanding his horizons and is creating new ventures, a small cottage industry of witness tampering. This country fundamentally cannot get this clown behind bars fast enough. Even then, you know he's going to keep committing fraud. And I don't know about you, but I'm actually looking forward to the marketing campaign for Trump toilet wine. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo with Occupy Democrats.